5.
Okay. What it do, baby? We back, we better. We back and we're so much better. Okay, I'm done doing my UK accent that obviously doesn't exist. Hi everyone and welcome back to another video by your ultimate fave. For all my new subscribers, please make sure to click that subscribe button, and for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave. Quick disclaimer, your ultimate fave was actually down bad with a really bad chest infection. I've been sick for the past maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, and I also had food poisoning. I actually ended up in the hospital yesterday, so please guys, do not hate me. I haven't not been uploading because I couldn't, but because I physically couldn't speak, and I think my health just took a turn for the worse. It deteriorated. So even as you can see, I'm filming with my pajama top, is because it's really late in the evening. It's like 9 p.m. now. I've got about 3 videos to film after this one, but I did want to get this one out because I know it's a highly anticipated video. So let's get into it. You guys see the title, got my drink. I drink Hennessy with sparkling water, okay? For anybody who wants to know where I got my hair from Shara Hair. Guys, let me just give a quick shout out to Shara Hair. I don't know why I didn't jump onto them sooner. You guys know how difficult it's been finding a hair brand that sells authentic hair, not just to, like, you know, influencers, popular people, but just to everybody in general. And Shara Hair has really exceeded my expectations. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed their customer service, the experience. Everything was just really great. But you'll see all of that in my vlog, so watch out for that. You're gonna see the installation of this burgundy wig. I'm definitely going back to my red roots, and I'm really excited to have this wig out for the weekend. I've installed it like with Ghost Bonds, so this better last me up until Sunday at least. You know what I mean? Anyway guys, today we are doing a recap of the Real Housewives of Durban. Now, I was debating on whether I wanted to do it with a mukbang or just do it as is, but I know how some people prefer my recaps on their own and prefer my mukbangs or story times or confession session. So I was just like, this was too hot not to do it. So as soon as the recap came out yesterday, today I woke up when I was feeling much better. I came out of the hospital actually yesterday, and then today I went to Shara Hair, got my hair did, and now I am doing a video. So guys, if I am not as, like, you know, high like wave, as loud and as preppy as I normally am, please just understand, because my breathing is only just returning as is. A lot of you guys who know me know my history with my asthmatic bronchitis, so it's been a bit tough, but I have to kind of take deep breaths and kind of slow down in terms of my intensity because it affects my breathing. Anyway, child, that was the last said, child. Okay, let me have a Pringle, because I love Pringles. I really love Pringles. Allah. Original, always the best. I don't like the ones with flavors. The only other one that I like from Pringles is the green one, but the red one is my favorite, and this is the one I stand by. I don't understand you guys who put cream cheese and chives in your popcorns at the movies. Like, why? Do I look like I want to have cream cheese and chives flavored lamb chops? I don't know. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Make sure to show Shara Hair some love if you guys want to get this wig. I definitely do want to convince them to give me like a code where you guys can get this definitely percentage off, like a Naledi M official, because I know how much you guys love my installs. Anyway, let's jump into the reunion. Now, this was a very explosive season from the Real Housewives of Durban, okay? Like, just when I thought things could get better, they got way better. And like the intensity just grew, and my anxiety grew with it. The excitement, the drama. Like I always say, that the Real Housewives of Durban has definitely waved the flag for South Africa in terms of, you know, drama when it comes to the Real Housewives. They've given us so much intensity, and I have to applaud the women. You know, season after season, just being so perfect. When it comes to reality TV, I have to commend every single one of the women this season. Big ups to all of you. And honestly, let me also give a big shout out to Mallela. Mallela did an amazing job, okay? Like, I wasn't sure what to expect. Look guys, that aside about, you know, the whole being the host, I was really hoping that for the Real Housewives of Durban, they bring a host who who is not afraid to ask the right questions. And I love the fact that Mallela even so much as showcased that he wasn't fearful of the woman. He asked all the questions. He basically researched. He knew exactly what he was doing when he came on that stage. He did not come to play. He did not leave any stone unturned. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to give Mallela 10 out of 10 for that. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but Mallela gave it to me. I think what people were expecting from Mallela is a more feminine kind of, sassy element that Mallela can't give. And Mallela also needs to respect the women that are on stage. And also he is doing a job. So I think people expected Mallela to pry like he's Andy Cohen. But you can't pry unless you're Andy Cohen. Unless you basically own a certain part of the franchise and you are Bravo in the flesh. You know what I mean? We can't expect Mallela to come in there and have this element to kind of blindside the women or ask questions that rub women up the wrong way or so much as step on toes. I think Mallela did a spectacular job. I think he did spectacularly well. I can't wait to see part 2. But a big shout out to you, Mallela. You did brilliant. You did better than I would have, personally. I would have been too fucking afraid, yeah. But who knows? Real Housewives of Durban is around the corner. And I'm really excited to see that. Anyway, yo guys, I'm dying. But anyway, let's jump into the crux of the reunion. Now, I just have to say the ladies all looked molto bella. Muy bella. I know, whatever. Je t'aime, all of you. They all looked spectacular, stunning. Annie, Sorisha, Slee. Maria, you also looked ravishing. Mama, like you all just looked good. Every single one of you, down to Mali. I don't know who was on y'all's team, but I don't know, man. Whoever's running Real Housewives of Durban might need to run the whole franchise as a whole. But anyway, nah. I'm loving what Durban brought, right? But let's break down what happened in the reunion. Now, I'm just going to touch on like the basic things that happened. Now, the ladies came there. You could obviously see the divide. It was Jojo, Nonku, was the other one, Mbali on one side, and then Ruan, who obviously appeared later. And then we had Slee, Maria, Annie, Sorisha, right? And honestly, this was a highly anticipated reunion that I waited for. And one of the things they definitely touched on is, how everybody, what did they touch on at first? Let me go into my Showmax app on my phone. I just have hope you guys can see my boyfriend. I just have Showmax on my phone. This is not a paid promo. Guys, with the load shedding, I would highly suggest you get Showmax on your phone.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to entertain this.
I'm not sure where I'm going to start, but it just starts in the middle. I think a lot of the drama starts towards the end of the season. But let's tackle the whole thing of Sorisha, Annie, and Slee no longer being friends with Jojo, Nonku, and Jojo, Nonku, and Ruan. Let's go with that. But Ruan is kind of like a side character. But I really want to touch on the whole Futsak element, right? Now, there was a point where Sorisha said, oh no, Futsak, And there were a lot of mixed reviews about that, but I'm just going to be really honest. I really do stand with Sorisha, Slee, and Annie. And I know a lot of my subbies, I saw someone in the last reunion say, hey Naledi, you're really biased about this and your sides have been drawn in the sand and yada yada yada. And unfortunately, guys, my thing is I'm not going to defend what's wrong. That's just who I am. Like, everybody can see on that stage, everybody, I don't know if we were all watching the same show, guys, but you guys could all see how Jojo and Nonku have been instigating the divide in the group throughout the season. And if you don't see it, that's because you're Nonku apologists. Everything that you guys have done has been in defense of Nonku, who we can ultimately see did not deserve that defense. Irrespective of whether Nonku is just, a carefree, charismatic, say what's on her mind, misunderstood, we've given Nonku that grace season after season after season. But Nonku is an adult, the same way Jojo is an adult, the same way Ruan is an adult, the same way Maria is an adult. You guys have given Nonku too much grace where she didn't deserve it, unfortunately. We can attest and say that maybe Sorisha and Annie have exhibited mean girl behavior, but then who hasn't? This is the real housewives. Housewives are snarky. Housewives are bratty. Look at season 2 and season 3. Jojo has been bratty. Nonku has been bratty. Nonku, well, I wouldn't really say body shame. I think that one of body shaming with the lips was a bit too far off, but we'll tackle that further in here. But you guys have been so understanding to Nonku's horrible behavior season after season after season. And when Nonku is returned with the same behavior, somehow I'm biased? First of all, please unsubscribe if that's how you feel about me, because then clearly you guys don't know how to be accountable. You can like Nonku, you can dislike Sorisha and Annie and Slee, but please be accountable where it's due. The same shit I've given to Nonku is the same shit I've given to Annie. It's the same shit I've given to anybody on the table who deserves it. I've given the same shit to Sane when we started, and then I can still turn around and say that maybe Sane is not the catalyst that we think she is, because that's how being an adult works. If you think I'm being biased because I choose to see that these adults are actually tired of Nonku's shit, personally, I don't know, maybe she was paid to be the shit starter. But the fact that you guys are saying that it's unfair for Annie and them to be mean girls to the same girls who are mean girls to them, it's insane to me. It's almost like do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Like, do you hear what you're saying? Are you watching it from a point of being objective? Or are you watching it because you feel like to a certain degree, Nonku always deserves some sort of understanding? That's really fucked up. I'm sorry. I think Nonku has run out of the forgiveness cards for me. I've definitely given her a lot of get out of jail free cards, especially in season 2. Season 1, what she did to Ayanda was so unforgivable, guys, but we forgave her anyway. Season 2, we tried to leverage on the fact that Nonku maybe was drinking too much, and maybe Nonku just needed a refresher, a turnaround. Season 3, the things that Nonku was saying in her diary sessions about Maria, the things that Nonku was saying about other people, calling Mbali Mabusi vibes. Why do you guys keep making excuses for Nonku? And they're gonna turn around when Annie and them do the same thing and Sorisha and them say Futek, all of a sudden, oh, they mean girl. I would have said the same thing. I actually, personally, verbatim, I would have said, oh, fuck off. Jojo has been swearing at people from season 2. Yeah, for fuck's sakes, man. Fuck. Jojo and I, we have one thing in common. Our favorite word is fuck. Jojo says fuck all the time. Jojo says fuck more times than I can count. And if we need to go back and watch this season, we can guarantee without a shadow of doubt that Jojo has said fuck more times than we'd like to admit. And that's inappropriate. That's swearing. But all of a sudden when Sorisha says Futek, now this is something with, oh my god, this is so inappropriate. You know why it's inappropriate? Because you guys always expect the bigger people to always be better, and then you always give grace to the people who actually don't deserve it. How long was Sorisha going to be the bigger person? How long was Sorisha going to be understanding? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I get where Sorisha came from. And if that makes me biased, then fuck, man, this is life. You gotta pick a side. And sometimes the side that you're gonna pick ain't gonna be liked by everybody. And if you don't like it, well, that's too bad, so sad. Get over it. Get on the next bus and leave the town. Move to another town where you guys can all convince each other of like how you guys are all right when you're wrong. Like there's this whole victim mentality that we have like encompassed about Nonku and not Jojo. Because we gave Jojo shit, guys, this season. We really gave Jojo shit, especially me, you know? But there's this victim mentality that we have started encompassing about Nonku that I need us to let go of. Respectfully, I do. We can say other people are wrong. We've given Annie shit where it needs to be. When Annie was coming out with a vulnerability about her eye and stuff like that, people still didn't give her as much grace as they give Nonku. And Nonku has said even worse stuff about other people, and Nonku is still somehow shown that grace. Now, I don't dislike Nonku. I actually love her, and I think she is an integral part in the Real Housewives franchise. However, I need us to understand that her victim stance needs to end. At some point or the other, it needs to come to an end. And for her to say she felt offended by this, that, and the third, feeling offended by the foot psych and stuff like that, when you said such bad things about Slee and you completely dismissed her, you rally the masses, you victim stance, you say bullshit about people, you took your own friend's gift and you threw it in the water. Like, when are you guys actually going to stop making excuses for Nonku? That's all I'm gonna say. because I know the Nonku apologists, some of you guys are my subscribers. And as much as I love you guys, I really wouldn't care how you guys feel about what I'm saying. Nonku is a weed, like what Maria said. Nonku is a weed. She is a weed. Maybe when she's around Jojo, it's a bit heightened. But just Nonku on her own, guys, is destructive. She's so destructive. And I just wish, for her sake, she could stop. Now, we're not taking away the fact that Slee also wasn't a good friend this season. I highlighted it in the very first recap that I did. I said, guys, Slee is not the innocent angel of Judah that we think that she is. She's not. Slee has also said some very underhanded Kourtney Kardashian monotone. Sounds like it's from a good place, but, excuse me, my chest is closing up. Sounds like it's from a good place, but it's actually not from a good place. And we've seen good and well that despite, you know, the bad or the tension between her and Nonku, Slee has obviously found solace in Annie and Sarisha because of what Nonku has been saying about her, guys. Guys, you saw Slee cry in the last episode, in the dinner, or was it the second last one? Yeah, I think it was the last one or the second last one, just before they went to that dinner where they started fighting, right? Nonku went and told a complete stranger that Slee is broke, Slee borrows clothes, Slee does this, Slee does that, whether or not it may be true. Why would you say that about someone you regard your friend? Why? Why would you say that about someone you regard your friend? You made your friend a target all season. From the moment where you decided to put her in a room with Jojo and, was it Mali? In that other episode where she started saying, yeah, I feel like sometimes you do this. And then she also kind of bombarded Slee when she was with Jojo to talk about whatever had happened at Drakensberg. I don't even fucking remember, dude. That was like 13 weeks ago. But I'm just trying to say, guys, when you guys are ready to point fingers, we're not disputing that the mean girls have the mean tendencies. But when it comes to Nonku, deservedly so. Deservedly so. What she did to Slee and like her complete what do you call this? Like she's like in complete oblivion. It's almost like she's like, what are you guys talking about? I just woke up yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about. But you offended me, Sarisha, when you said Futzak. But what happened prior to that Futzak happening? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. Respectfully, I know we have love for Nonku. Like I said, integral part of the Real Housewives franchise. But I think my string for Nonku has come to a complete end. I think she is unreasonable. I think she has a victim mentality. I think she throws stones and hides her hands. And most importantly, I think she's become very toxic, and she kind of embraces that toxicity because she has people like, let me say us, but I'm actually talking about you guys, not me. She has people like you guys who embrace that toxicity, who say, no, you're not wrong, when in actual fact you are wrong, right? So honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with the fact that Sarisha said Futzak. I think Sarisha put up with a lot of shit when it came to them. I think Sarisha had watched the woman fight week in, week out, had watched the woman basically lambaste her other friends, watched Nonku say some shit about Annie and not address it. Sarisha, for me, I felt was a very, very strong-headed friend this season. I think Sarisha has really come into herself, and it was very beautiful to watch, blossoming into being the friend that she is capable of becoming, but even more so standing headstrong for Slee. Because that shit was messed up, you know? I don't think there was anything wrong with her saying Futzak. Futzak is not a swear word. Futzak is saying Futzak. Yes, it's not an term of endearment, because I'm not endeared, you know what I mean? If that's how you say endearment. But it's definitely not a swear word. Futzak and fuck off, same concept, two different things in terms of the level of, you know, look, that one is a bit subjective. If someone says Futzak to me, it's grounds for fuck you too, bitch, you know? So yeah, it is derogatory, but would I say swear word? Yeah, do I think Nonku took it that far? of course, Nonku's dramatic. She is gonna take it that far, forgetting everything else she said about everybody else. But it was a bit of a derogatory term. It is a bit like futzak, go away, you know. And it's not like a go away. It's like futzak. It's like fuck off, basically. Yeah, it is. And I'm sorry that I'm on their side about this. That I'm sorry, I was also kind of fed up with Nonku and Jojo's bullshit at that time. I also would have just said, ah man, for fuck's sakes, fuck off. We let Jojo say fuck all the time. I don't know why Sarisha had to get all that backlash for saying futzak. It is what it is. This is the real Housewives. It's all about that sass, baby. Anyway, so we spoke about that. You know, I noticed Annie didn't say much this reunion. I will say, however, Annie, there's this certain element about Annie's laugh, and maybe she's not being weird, but it just comes across as though she's being weird. Like when she laughs, it's kind of like a, you know, like what are you laughing at? You know, Annie tends to be her laugh is condescending, and it's probably not even the way it's meant to come across, you know? Like, we can't fault Annie for laughing. She laughs. But that, I'm like, if it were me. Because I remember Jojo saying, it's not funny, this is fucking bullying. Also, you, Jojo, tone it down on the swearing. Tone it down on the swearing. You can't throw a fuck and then be surprised when you get a futzak. It is what it is. This is the game. I don't think Annie's intentionally trying to be sassy with her laugh, but it did come across as that. What's another thing let's touch on? Let's touch on Maria. I will say I was pleasantly surprised by Maria this reunion. I was also sad on her behalf. When I saw the trailer and I saw her walking out, I was like, So now Maria was a character whose growth was pretty interesting to see, and I have grown to really like Maria. I'm going to say that I've grown to really like Maria, but like I said, I still have some reservations about her from her diary sessions, from her sit downs with Ruan. I am still on the fence about Maria's authenticity, because Maria gives off the fact that when she was still friends with Ron and them, she did say some shady shit about Sarisha before she was friends with them, you know? She did allude to the fact that she didn't like Sarisha. And now I feel like Jojo is right in that regard. That now that Sarisha found her way in, she has definitely made it like seen which team she rocks with, and she's definitely ass-kissed, you know, the Powerpuff Girls, that being Slee, Annie, and Sarish. So, I've been coughing my eyes on. I will give Jojo that. Jojo was telling the truth there. It was something that we could all see, guys. This was not something Jojo made up. Maria, from the beginning of the season, she was definitely on some, maybe Sarisha doesn't feel me because she thinks she's better than me. And then Sarisha was just like, dude, I don't even fucking know you. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, and then as soon as Sarisha saw her, she squealed at the joy. And that's okay, but I just wish Maria could have just been honest, but she wasn't going to be at that time, because I guess that's not how it played out for them, you know? So, but I do like Maria's growth throughout the season. I think Maria's definitely been very authentic in what's right and what's wrong. I think as much as Maria was friends with Jojo, and as much as Maria did show that care for Jojo, Maria started picking up Jojo and Nonku's antics when they were together, and she did highlight that. And as a friend, I probably would have done the same as Maria and say that, hey bruh, I just feel like when you're with this person, you're like this. And because I'm friends with you and I don't know you to be this person as an individual, I believe that this person brings out the worst in you. Of which, yes, Jojo might have not have taken kindly at the time, but I don't think that anything Maria said was out of malice. However, in her sessions with Ruan and maybe off camera, she was probably malicious, because Maria did have a streak of being very rude. And I said this in my videos, like, yeah, no, Nonku can fuck off, man. You know, she does have that streak of saying bullshit, of which then makes us question, why would Ruan give up a 7-year friendship and be friends with Jojo? Guys, I'm dying. So I think the question then is, why would Ruan give up a 7-year friendship to be friends with Jojo? Why would Ruan sit on that stage and side with Jojo over Maria? I mean, yes, it takes a lot. Yes, we can say Ruan, every person will get onto TV, want to be famous, want to make their big break, arahani, but it would take a lot for Ruan to say, no, but Maria, you did say bad things about Sarisha. Unless he was coerced by Jojo, which to a certain degree, I do believe he was. So, it's a very tricky, it's very murky waters here, because it's kind of like Ruan knows the truth. Do I believe Maria says some false shit about Sarisha? Yeah. Do I believe she then felt bad when she realized Sarisha wasn't a bad person? Yep. Do I believe that she probably said those things to Ruan? Do I believe that she probably said those things to Jojo as well? Yes. But now, do I also believe that Jojo basically capitalized on the fact that, oh, Maria's not friends with Ruan, come to our team. They coerced him towards the end. I mean, Nonku did say pick a side, Do I believe to a certain degree Ruan was kind of coerced into choosing a side? Yeah. Do I believe Ruan is very, not steadfast? He's very, afraid, like he's obviously anxiety stricken a lot of the time. He's on television, these women are constantly fighting. He's just confused. Yes. So I think Jojo does this thing where, oh, we'll be friends, it's us against the world. We'll do these cool things together, and we're the cool girls, and we're the bad girls. I don't know. I just don't know if Jojo maybe just had some issues in high school when it comes to friends and stuff. Because Jojo makes it seem like it's a friendship tiff when it's actually not. You could tell throughout the season that Jojo felt isolated by the women that she wanted to be friends with. She was holding Nonku's hand, but she still wanted to be friends with them. But then Jojo's antics were also catching up to her. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was accepting her bad behavior. Nobody was allowing Jojo to, be somewhat violent and get away with it. I mean, she did it in season 2 with Mabus. She did it in season 3, So it was a pattern, and Jojo was expecting grace for it. And it was kind of like, we're holding you accountable, and she didn't like that. And that's okay, Jojo. It's okay to be a victim at the age of 46 or however old you are. It's okay. I sometimes feel like the victim at age 28. And you know what? I am not. I am the pioneer of my life. And a lot of the times, the reason I am in situations is because I made the decisions that put me in that place. You could have said fuck, and walked off. But instead you said fuck, you took a class and you broke it. That is your character. That is who you are. And those decisions are the reasons why these women do not want to be friends with you. Because when they try to make you see that to them, that's unsafe, you don't want to acknowledge that. Or maybe there is something that we're not seeing behind cameras. You know what I mean? So Jojo, I just wish, Jojo, let me say this. I was once like you. I was a hothead. Like, whenever it was time to rock, I was ready. But the problem was, I couldn't blame everybody for always provoking me. Yes, you can say, yes, I was provoked. It's a logical thing. But your reaction is yours and yours alone. Nobody puts a gun in your hand and says, I'm going to shoot this person because this person is telling me that my mother can go to hell, and wherever she is right now in her grave, she must suffer. You know what I mean? I don't now take the gun and shoot that person. You know what I'm saying? You also have to allow yourself to accept that maybe some people don't want to be around you because you don't want to be accountable. Not that you don't know how to be. You don't want to be. There's a big difference. And I just hope that before you spiral out of control in the whole Jojo's a bad person, take that into consideration, because who wants to be around you when you're putting people's lives in danger? What's next? You're going to throw a glass and then the little spikes are going to go in my eye. And then I'm blind. And then I can't see because of you. Because of you, Jojo. It took me a lot to get to this place to realize that, all it takes is a split second for your anger to create something to change the trajectory of your whole life. That's all it takes. A split second of your anger, the anger that you can't control. That's not the anger that Sorisha and them control for you. That's yours. And unfortunately, Mama, you've shown us that you can't. You can't. And I like you, Jojo. Don't get me wrong. I think you're gorgeous. I think you're really cute and stuff. And I am okay with the fucks. But what I'm not okay with, Jojo, is you potentially putting other women in danger and still turning around and saying that you're not the problem. Nah, sorry, Mama. I can't. And the fact that you just seem so unfazed and so unbothered, maybe we'll see it in part 2. But I just really hope you realize the image you create of yourself. You know, like, you can talk about, oh yeah, this person was violent in that other season and blah, 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 blah. Look at yourself. 2 seasons. 2 seasons. You've picked up an object. And I know because I was also once branded that person. You know, you're always like, no, but this person started me and da, da, da. But how do you react? Because nobody even fucking cares by the time it gets to how you reacted. Nobody cares. You just need to manage your anger. You just need to understand that these women are no longer your friends and that they are banking on you to be upset. They are banking on you to throw a fit. I don't necessarily think they were banking on you, because Annie tried to talk to you, dude. Annie really tried to reason with you. And the fact that you still refused to see it at that time, I really think they were trying to be good friends to you. I just feel like, you know, emotions were heightened, and that's fair. But let me tell you what people are going to do. They're going to use that against you. They're going to use your inability to remain calm. They're going to bank on you, your outbursts. They're going to bank on your anger. And then that will be that defining moment for them to constantly brand you as that. Yeah, that was painful. That was a message to myself, Joe. Yeah. That was a mission to myself, Joe. I really hope the season was somewhat of an eye-opener. I was really disappointed in the fact that you were the one who went to Sunny and said what you said, but I guess all will be revealed in part 2. And I'm really hoping that you come clean about it and you say it was me, because if you don't, you guys are never going to be cool. And I think Annie's already kind of written you off. And to be really honest with you, I would just rather let it happen. You can either do one of 2 things. You can either be really apologetic, say you're sorry, and accept the fact that she no longer wants to be friends with you, or you can carry the victim stance and accept that she no longer wants to be friends with you, and then you guys will always hate each other. And I don't know how you guys are going to do the next season, but I'll still be there to watch and give my feedback. Anyway, let's touch on Sane. I think Sane... I'm even having a hard time breathing. Sane, you really disappointed me, Mama. You really, honestly, truthfully, you disappointed me. And I'm so sad, because I genuinely thought that the reunion, you would come clean, tell them, okay, fine. I said the shit out of anger. You know, I even try to defend you and say, yeah, Mara, maybe there was something what Jojo said, of which, still stand by that. I do feel like, because this is reality TV, certain parts are scripted anyway. Certain parts are chopped and changed, chopped and screwed, edited and cut to make it seem a certain way, right? But this was the opportunity for you to say, Annie, I did say this, and I'm totally sorry. I, yes, came in with a lot of animosity. This wasn't the game plan, or whatever. Something. But then, Sane, you came with this really kind of, yeah, I don't care, I'm sorry. And like, oh, but I worked in a miss, God. Like, I was so defeated. Like, I genuinely had so much hope that Sane was going to be like, guys, I did mess up. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. Right? But then again, when I look back, I think I know why Sane did what she did, because of maybe what Jojo may have said. But Sane's response at this reunion, I'm just like, but did I expect any different? Now we're good. don't know, Sane, Mama, like, I'm even tired. Like, my chest is giving up. Yeah, no, I'm struggling. My body's just failing. I think I need my asthma pump. Okay, let me get my asthma pump and I'll talk to you guys just now. Okay guys, I took 2 pumps of my asthma pump. We're ready. So, Sane, I was so disappointed, Mama. I just felt like I was really hoping for you to be like that change, that turn of events. But because this is reality, and reality is never really reality as we see it. It's only the reality you want us to see. I was truly disappointed in you. I don't even have the words, you know. Maybe because I can't breathe, so that's fair. But I was so disappointed, Sunny. Like, I just really wanted you to come through and not be this villain that we think you are, you know. But now we can't help but think that after how you acted. There was then the whole aspect with Bali and Mabusi vibes. We all know that Nonku was giving whatever she was saying. Mabusi vibes was very derogatory. She wasn't saying it in a positive manner, okay? Listen, guys, I will do part 2 next week. I'm cutting it here because my chest is really... I'm having a hard time breathing. So I need to take my pump and let my chest relax because I still need to film another story time. So I think I'm gonna cap this video here. I'm really sorry not to give you guys the same like oomph, the same vigor, but I am still really recovering from coming back from the hospital, and I'm really trying to I'm trying to breathe, okay? But anyway, I love you guys so much. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.